Hello! Here we go! Hello! Here we go!
What's up, everybody? Oh, there you are. He's just looking up over there like, it's all good. I mean, after, being warped by Mario's head for like the past 7 minutes, I'm sure you're like, yeah. Hey, look at this. Speaking of Mario, there we go. I told Joe I was gonna try to get it behind me in the stream. Somehow. It does. No, I found the light bulb for it. No, it works very well like as an overnight light. The tree goes on too. Hmm. It probably retains a little power before it shuts down. Right. I know I really like this light too. It's really nice. I mean, it's on camera you really can't see it, but because it'll just blend into and become its own light. So it's something you got to see with your own eyes. Well, I mean, life will be life, but here we are back doing this. Yeah. And I see that you've been in the void, or you ate a black hole, or you've been in Crayon Land. Your shirt looks like it's animated. It's not. No, it is. It's like green screen green. Let Let me see if let me try something. I just thought of something now. Let's see. No, 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 no. I'm not that skilled. Let me see. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Order. Move to the top. No, that didn't do shit. Okay, well. All right. Let me see. What if I were to mess with my metallic background and move that to the bottom? Order. Move to the bottom. Nope, you're still blending in with the metal. At least you're blending in with the metallic background I have back here. Like, what do I gotta do? Do I have to like go into paint right now and everybody see that, and then I put a green, lime green block behind you just so you don't. Yeah, I'll just leave it be. Like I don't. A month. It's been a month. Yeah, yeah. If not more, because it's the 23rd today. The last time we streamed was on December 16th. That was like right before Christmas. Yeah, no, the holidays, but I took a trip back to Brooklyn for Christmas, and yeah, it was nice. It was nice to see everybody. Yeah. You know, the timing was perfect for Christmas because Christmas took place on the weekend, so I was able to. That's usually when I have off anyway, so it all worked out for me and her. Well, I just recently finally picked up Kirby Star Allies again, since there's a new Kirby game coming out. You know, it's not free. It's an adventure game, not a fighting game. The one you're thinking of is a fighting game. No, it's basically kind of like it's very similar to Kirby Superstar when it comes with the helper mechanic, where you eat an enemy and that you can make a helper out of them. But the ability pool is a lot more limited than Kirby Superstar, I would say. But they also try to what is it? Meld a little bit of Kirby 64 into it with the ability combinations in a way, but not really. More like, let's say you have the spark ability, electricity or whatever, or the beam. All those fall under the category of electricity. And let's say one of your helpers have a sword or a hammer. You can zap them when they're holding their weapon up, and then they'll have like a thunder sword or a thunder blade or a thunder hammer, which is all. And it actually stays until they decide to, either discard it or they die. Even between levels, it's like it's infinite. That's all good. Oh, it's all right. Well, speaking of Super Smash Brothers, uh, a lot of the Super Smash Brothers moveset is derived mostly from Kirby Superstar from the Super Nintendo. Like the shielding. The only thing that's really original to Super Smash Brothers is the air dodge, but then Kirby stole that from Super Smash Brothers in this recent game, and he does little Super Smash Brother air dodges too, but not like like gliding ones. Like he'll just spin in the air and evade an attack. That's crazy. I mean, but in my opinion, the first half of the game was a lot of hand holding, which probably got me to put it down. But then the point I finally started playing again just felt mostly repetitive. But it was fun. I found it entertaining, and it helped me through a lot, I guess you could say. I just wish I was streaming it, but um, because of you know situations and stuff, streaming hasn't exactly been easy at the moment. Yeah. Whack. Whack. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Fair enough. Oh, okay. Okay. Pain in the ass. You should just be able to go beep beep boop, beep 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 bah. That's it. Beat the shit out of him. He didn't need the wheel and all this other shit to beef it up. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. More coins. They might as well just restart the battle, avoid the treasure chest, and just navigate to the center and beat them. That's it. Mm-hmm. You're good. Contagious. Ugh. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. They just stretched it up. That whole dial just stretches out every fucking battle, and you could avoid every battle up to the bosses and be okay. Wow. And that's the first boss too, right? Uh, all right, I'll give you that. I mean, I think there's a team. I don't remember their name or anything, and this was like last year, or was it the year before? Anyway, they're like working on a way to like fix the Origami King because the concept was really great. They can't really do much about the turn battle system. They can't do stuff like add EXP points and all that. But last I remember, they looked like they were tinkering with the game's mechanics a little bit to at least make it a little bit more tolerable. Oh, you'd have to mod your whole Switch to play this. This is like totally, yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. I know. I mean, until they perfect Switch emulation, then you'll be in business. We still can't play PlayStation 2 games properly, and I've only seen the Wii U games in their infancy now, so it's not happening anytime soon. I have heard of The Witcher, but I have not watched it or followed any lore from it. Hmm. 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 Right. Hmm. Yeah. This sounds like Dungeons and Dragons, but without the Dungeons and Dragons. Hmm. Right. Hmm.
18 to 21 and up only. So like it's dark. Like the Warhammer 40,000 universe is dark as shit. Like oh man, it's like it's brutal, it's bloody, and like it's fucking awesome the way he explains it. Like I wish if you get, if anything, I'll probably send you the link to the video to watch it. It's fucking awesome. And so I looked it up. I was watching it like crazy because I was trying to
Hmm.
understand it. Because the way he did it was he injects some humor into it,
Right.
whatnot. But like he overall explained the lore as well as the tabletop, a bit of like the certain factions for like the humans, the Space Marines, um, the Tyranids, Orcs, Tau. You know, a lot of the names I'm saying to you right now probably makes no sense because
Hmm.
you don't know anything of Warhammer.
Not at all.
Yeah. But so I kept watching more suggestions about Warhammer Universe, and one of the suggestions was he Bricky, who's the YouTuber, he's a big Warhammer 40K guy, and he did a video called Best Warhammer 40K Games and Media. And so like basically it showed like fan films of like people of like all these fans that like make these videos about the Astartes, which is like you have basically your Imperial Guards, which is like low level average grunt military guy or grunt, whatever. And then you have the Space Marines. Space Marines are like special forces. They're like 7 feet tall, super jacked. Like they have extra organs. Their skin is extremely tough. Their bones are completely dense. They are big, badass Space Marines. Like they look fucking awesome. They are decked out. Every model of a Space Marine has its own color scheme, but it's based off Primarchs, which are the creators of the Space Marines. Like they're based off the genes of that said Space Marine.
Got it.
And so I was looking it up, and like one of the games that he was mentioning, video games, not like videos and whatnot, or novels, because there's plenty of novels on the Space Marines, not so much in the other stuff. But I was looking at some of the games, and one of them popped up, and one of them was called Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine. And basically, Space Marine is you play as there's one again, like I said, there's one of many factions in the of Space Marines in the 40K universe, and the one you play is Captain Titus of the Ultramarines. They're the big blue boys. Like each different type of Space Marine is color coordinated. So like blue is the Ultramarines, white is the White Scars, yellow is the I want to say the Imperial Fists. Red is Blood Angels. You have the all black ones, which I think are Raven Guards or Black Templars, depending on which one you're talking about. Green is the Salamander Forces. They deal with fire, anything with flame type weapons. And so I was looking up Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine, and I was like, I saw the video, I saw the trailer for it. I was like, this looks really familiar. I was like, where have I seen this guy before? And I looked up Warhammer 40K Space Marine, and it showed Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 trailer. And I was like, I looked at it and I watched it. I was like, this looks familiar. Where did I see this? And then it hit me. Warhammer Space Marine 2 was revealed at the Game Awards around Christmas time.
Must have went right over both of our heads.
Yeah, because like when I saw it, I was like, "This looks awesome," but like I didn't know anything about it.
Right.
Because like you're watching like small little grunts fighting off against these little bug creatures, and they're getting their asses whooped, and they're calling in for reinforcements, and you see 3 huge steel-plated, like 7-foot tall dudes just like just 3 of them, and they're facing off like they're facing off against a bunch of bugs. These are called the Tyranids. And basically, they're just mopping the floor with them. You know? Yeah. And so like you see them, they walk off and they look in the distance and you're seeing a giant war going on. And like one of them lifts their helmets and you see the guy's face is like scarred and he's got like 2 looks like bolt rivets in his head or something. I'm like, okay, who is he? And I had no idea who it was. And then I looked up the video for the first Space Marine, and it's Captain Titus of the Ultramarines. Now, and I started looking up the lore and like all the factions and whatnot, and it's actually really, really cool. But like, the thing is though, when you
that's all good.
When you get into this franchise, when you start your army, you have to literally build they're literally small miniatures. Now, there's some that are bigger and even more bigger, but like the thing is though with them, you have to paint them. They don't come pre-made.
No, I get that.
You know? So like I was like, man, this is really cool. And I was like, and one of the advices I got from Bricky was if you're going to start in the Warhammer 40k universe, start off with the faction that you love the most or you think is the coolest. And I gotta be honest, I didn't go with the Space Marines at all. I went with the Tyranids because like these bug creatures, when I heard about their lore, the way he explained it to me, it was like fucking awesome. Like they're just huge. They're just bug creatures that use actual bio-engineered weapons. Like their weapons are not made from metal or minerals. Like they make it from like their own body. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So like ammo for them is not like what humans use for bullets. Like they make their own ammo with their own body, like anatomical parts. You know? Like the guns that they use, I think they're called. Hold on, I'm going to show you.
All right.
This is what I wanted to show you. So, this is the paint set that I'm starting off with. This is going to be my first time painting Warhammer 40k. So, like, this is an Ultramarine. All right, the Blue Boys. This one right here is a Necron. They're basically walking undead Egyptian skeletons. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
No problem.
Here we go. And so I wanted to start off with my favorite race, and it's the Tyranids. These are Termagants, Termagon broods. And this right here is a Hive Swarm.
You don't have there's no larger picture of them on that box, is there?
No, these are more or less. Yeah, I mean, if anything, you'd probably have to look them up. But like this right here in the middle are Ripper Swarms. These are like the lowest level.
Okay.
For them. So like they're basically their whole point. And so this is what I'm going to start eventually. So right now I have the paint, I have the primer. I just gotta get the glue to put them all together and whatnot. And then I'm gonna start working on this.
Right. Excuse me.
But no, that's right. So one of the things that and so this is probably gonna be the first time I ever started something that like is gonna be quite of a unique hobby for me because like I'm not so much of a painter, but I really loved this lore and whatnot. So to go back to the Space Marine, so I looked up the trailer, saw Warhammer Space Marine 2, loved it, can't wait for it to come out, and I realized there was a first one, but the first one came out on PS3. So unfortunately, you can't like use a credit card, which luckily I don't use. So I bought a gift card, went on my PS3, put money in it, downloaded Space Marine, the first one, and I've been playing it for the past week or so.
How much does it cost?
Well, the only available one that was on there was a Ultimate Edition, and it was like $30.
Oh, okay.
So like it has single player and multiplayer as well, but I played it mostly for the single player, and dude, it's fucking fun.
You know, I think I'm sorry to cut you off, but I think I might know a workaround to this whole PlayStation card thing. If you have a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and you happen to go and log into attempt to purchase something and you have $0 on your account, what if you were to add the needed funds, but then back out of purchasing it, but then the funds are added to your wallet? Sorry, I just thought about that. Because I know you could do that. I know you could do that with Nintendo.
I don't know if I would openly recommend that, sir. I appreciate the recommendation, but I don't know if I would go that way.
Yeah, too much work. Get a card.
Yeah. Because, like, for me, I don't like using credit card information. I just get a gift card and just automatically download it.
Oh, it makes sense.
Because, like, in case, like, of a hack or whatnot.
And Sony has been hacked before.
Yeah. I mean, they had a DDoS attack like years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and like no one could go online for like
A month.
like a month or so, and so like they decided to offer like 3 or 4 games for free, but the problem
Yeah.
was that like you had to go and do a bunch of shitty backtracking to make sure that it got downloaded and whatnot. So it was like, oh my god, it was so fucking annoying.
Yeah, I remember that. So,
Oh.
like,
So yeah,
oh, your personal information could be leaked to the internet. Here's free game.
yeah. I mean, the games weren't that bad, but at the same time, it was just like,
Yeah, no, the games are good, but it was like, you let this happen. You should just let us have our pick.
and if you were a Sony fanboy back then during that time, oh man, you got so roasted by the Xbox people.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, but all we could say at the end of the day, Red Ring of Death. Red Ring of Death.
oh my god, dude.
Go wrap your 360 in a towel, pat it on the back, and put it in the fucking freezer. And then go back, and then come back
Dude.
an hour later and play.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Because of the Red Ring of Death, it was at that point I realized, you know what, I'm gonna go back to PlayStation, and I've been playing PlayStation ever since. Because I Red Ringed 3 Xbox 360s within
Jesus.
2 years.
Wow. Well, I yellow lighted 2 PlayStation 3 Fats in like about that same time span too. So we both had shitty luck with the hardware. But I still didn't migrate towards Microsoft though. I still stuck with PlayStation.
Yeah, well, you should be so lucky. All right, sir.
Hey, we both got screwed over by the same generation. You got screwed over by Microsoft. I got screwed over by Sony twice.
But not 3 times.
Wait, was it? Wait, no. Wait, yes. Recently will be the 3rd time. Right here.
Damn it.
Yes. My old hard drive finally failed. Our mutual friend, gave me his PlayStation 3 Slim. The hard drive finally decided to say, "I'm done," and I had to,
fucking wow.
But luckily, I had a PlayStation 4 I found in the garbage back in my old house in Brooklyn. I salvaged that hard drive, put it in that PS3, essentially doubled my memory, and now I got most of my stuff downloaded back.
You are a one lucky fucker. You know that?
It took a whole day and a half to download everything again.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about was like Warhammer Space Marine. That one, that game, I have to tell you, it's just if you want a simple, straightforward hack and slash shooter like that for me was like fucking awesome. Now I can't wait for the second one, which is coming out on the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, I think, for the newer consoles. And the enemy in that one is the Tyranids, which is my favorite faction. So it's like, it's gonna be fucking nuts. Now, I cannot wait.
Is this game just a PlayStation exclusive, or could I?
No.
Okay, so maybe I can find it on Steam.
It will most likely be available on PC as well.
I'll check it out on Steam.
The first Space Marine is available on Steam as well.
Okay,
on PC. Right. So
all right,
that game is fucking so much fun. Like, oh man, dude, just like. And here's the thing: when I played the first Space Marine, I kind of had a really good overview of like what was going on in the world. Like, I didn't really pay attention too much into detail with everything, but man, just like, again, shout out to Bricky, the YouTuber who did the Warhammer 40K Faction Explain 2-parter. He really did give a good job of like a massive overhaul of what the world is, what these factions are.
Hold on, one second. My hub is falling apart. Like, I need this thing to not. I have it on Velcro. There we go. I had to MacGyver my USB hub to my computer. Go ahead, continue. I'm sorry, man.
No, that's fine. No, but like I wanted to give a big shout out to Bricky, the YouTuber, who created like he basically gave in a nutshell about a brief overhaul, an overview of the Warhammer 40K universe of like the Space Marines, the Tyranids, the Orcs, the Tau
Mhm.
Empire, the Drukhari, uh, the Imperial Guard. Like he didn't really go into like specific detail, but he gave a good overhaul of like what what the factions are, how they play on the tabletop, and like just what they can do. And like
Right.
it's fucking awesome. It really, really is. You know,
I gotta
and
check it out if I got the chance.
if anything else, I'll go on my tablet and like send you the link,
Okay.
whatnot, because like I've been watching it over and over and over again, and not only that, it's because of him. Now I'm looking up since I'm going to be painting Tyranids. I'm going to be I started looking up like Tyranid figures of like what I want to do next before I get those done, because like I didn't want to buy anything else until I got that one done. Once I get those done, then I'm going to start working on the other stuff. Because like I just literally got back from the store and bought some primer and
Hmm.
some gloves and some paint, and my paint just came in the mail. So and I ordered more paint because the ones I have, they don't have all the necessary colors I need to make my Tyranids. So, but if anything, yeah, like it just is so. I even bought the fucking codex for it, and this is like the ninth edition version of it. Like they keep updating it like all the fucking time. So
Damn.
yeah, again, ninth edition. There's 8 other editions before that. I bought the
Damn.
ninth one because it's the most updated one. You know, but yeah, Space Marine, like just man, that game is so fucking fun.
And
Like, I
yep.
just really enjoyed it. Now I can't wait for the sequel, but unfortunately, I gotta wait to get a PS5. So I
Oh,
was like,
that's right.
fuck, man.
You still haven't gotten one.
Yeah, dude, it's been so fucking difficult getting one.
Damn.
So fucking difficult. I'm like, if anything, I'll probably like say if I have to, I'll probably go out and buy a bundle or something because like I really
Yeah,
am
and
out of
then sell
options.
FIFA 2023 to, some other person and be like, here, I don't want this.
I don't know what else to do, man. I really don't.
All
I
right.
mean, but yeah, that's what I've been playing, and what I'm actually gonna have a chance to do is to start these painting jobs. I just
Okay.
gotta wait for the glues that I ordered to come in the mail, and then I can get started on them. So
All right. I wish you the best of luck on that. If they're really tiny figures like Monopoly pieces, like you're saying, it's gonna be a job.
they're a little bit bigger. So some
Okay.
of them are a
Okay.
little bit bigger. They're a little bit
Okay.
bigger than Monopoly pieces.
Okay.
So
Well,
there's a few that are a little that are just as small as Monopoly pieces, but like they're a
so
little bit bigger. It's just you gotta assemble them,
so I would
and
say
then
somewhere between the size of a Monopoly piece and let's say
a chess piece.
a chess piece. Okay. Well, I was thinking more of like the size of an amiibo, like about this big, but
Oh, there are some that are amiibo size, especially like the Space Marines. Yeah,
okay, makes
definitely like
sense.
amiibo size.
All right.
But like, yeah,
Two quick things I wanted to give a shout out to. Earlier, about I would say 20 minutes into our stream, we were having some audio issues that was not brought to my attention, but thank you, Lauren, very much for bringing it up and watching the stream earlier. And I don't think she's watching right now, but she started watching it, and she addressed that there were audio issues on your end, and I corrected them. That chess
thank you.
piece looks like a deal, though. Oh, hey, Flash Leopard 22, our guest from a month ago now. Months ago now, yeah. Yeah, so thank you very much, Lauren. I very much appreciate it. And the other thing, since you were sharing about what new thing you've gotten, I mean, I shared already a little bit. I wanted to make a video review on this. I probably still will if I have the time. But for now, it is just a quick sneak peek. This is my Nintendo Switch. Notice anything different?
Yeah, the D pads are connected.
Oh yeah, it's actually a really nice D-pad. That's like one of the best things I can say about this thing. But the one thing that I've noticed after about a week and a half about, playing with it though, the A button kind of lags, and I kind of need that for Super Smash Brothers. It's pretty forgiving in like games like Mario Kart because I'm holding down the A button most of the time and the button input's already in there. And Animal Crossing, obviously, there's nothing that's going to kill me besides bees. So, uh, so far, this is how I've been enjoying my Switch in portable mode. Because I usually never like to play this thing in portable mode, but once I got these in my hand, the curved feeling. Oh yeah, and also there's a 35th anniversary sticker on the back of my Switch, and it's two toned, like an Oreo.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I unscrewed the back plate and put a custom plate there. Figured it might be a nice touch. If it matches the PlayStation 5 aesthetic. But yeah, no. Actually, I bought that before I got the PS5. Anyway, that's basically what I've been playing my Switch in handheld from time to time, and I usually play my Switch with this, so it goes hand in hand. I've like fallen in love with the GameCube controller even more now ever since I've owned a Nintendo Switch. That's been like my staple controller to play the Switch with.
Oh wow!
Yeah. I mean, unless it was like 3D Land, then I would switch to a PS4 controller or a traditional, controller, I guess you could say. But go ahead.
So, after that long talk about what we've been playing, and I wanted to bring up the topic that's been in the gaming universe for in recent memory is Activision and Blizzard being bought out by Microsoft.
Damn.
For $68.7 billion. Now everyone says 70 billion. I get it. You want to round it out to the biggest number, but let's be fair. It's $68.7 billion.
Yeah, it's close, but no cigar.
Yeah, I mean it would have been better if it was just almost 69 billion, but I guess they didn't want to go that. They didn't want to be that fun.
Yeah,
but whatever. So this is probably the biggest deal in recent memory, especially in the video game world. Like the last,
Microsoft can't make good shit, so they gotta take everyone else's. Of course, you know who that is already.
Oh, of course. Like it's the only person I can think of. So, a lot of people, when they heard this news, especially in the gaming world, lost their minds. And some of them good, some of them bad. So, here's let me give a brief overhaul of what's going to happen with this.
Guitar Hero ain't coming back, that's for sure.
It wouldn't surprise me. Hell. So basically, now that they've bought this company out, now the deal's not finalized. I've heard that the deal won't be completely finalized until June of 2023.
Damn, that's a long ass time.
Yeah. Well, $68.7 billion. You gotta make sure things get settled in before you start working on any new games for this deal.
Damn, that's a long ass time.
So the franchises that Microsoft now has with Activision is Call of Duty,
Exclusive
StarCraft.
Now.
Yeah.
No more multi-platform.
Oh, no. We're going to get to that. So they have now Call of Duty, StarCraft, which, by the way, StarCraft was supposed to be a Warhammer 40K game. And then Games Workshop, the people who created Warhammer 40K game, I don't know what the deal was at, but like they somehow lost the licensing for it. When I send you the Bricky YouTube videos, there's gonna be an explanation on that, and you're gonna laugh your ass off when you see it. So,
Sony gotta buy back Square Enix or some shit to fight back.
Dude, if I'm telling you this right now, if Sony bought Square Enix, everyone would be like, it's about fucking time. Square Enix is synonymous with PlayStation. Are you kidding me? Have you?
Yeah.
It's this thing called Final Fantasy. I'm pretty sure you heard of it.
Yeah,
You know?
I agree. I mean, the thing of it is, see, Square Enix loved to play with everybody in the beginning. Then Nintendo fucked them over. Then they went to PlayStation. PlayStation was like the rebound, and then they've hit it off ever since then. But then, they decided, no, we want to play with everybody. Then Square Enix decides to become host. They buddy back up with Nintendo. Oh, Nintendo, we missed you. Oh, let's make you some Mario games. Here's Mario Monopoly, but we're not gonna call it Mario Monopoly. Oh, you already have Mario sports games? Oh, here, let's make some Mario sports game. Hey, what about a Mario RPG? No, shh. You get what you got. There you go.
Dude, I think you're breaking your own heart when you mention that.
Yeah, I want Super Mario RPG too, but it ain't gonna happen. And now was it last year or 2 years ago? They already destroyed the Mario and Luigi series. The company went bankrupt, so I'm like, well, no more Mario RPGs, no true ones at least.
Yeah. So Call of Duty, StarCraft, Warcraft, Overwatch, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, I think Candy Crush.
Oh, well, who gives a shit about that anymore?
Some people.
That's true.
Yeah. Man, there's probably more. I just can't remember what they all are.
FF16 looks ballin' AF. I'm not saying that because people did the action on DMC5 are working on it. Okay. You know what? Yeah, no, I have a friend of mine here and the place I'm living in now, he's very big into Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah. So the Activision Blizzard deal is going to be really, really interesting because when it happened, Sony fanboys lost their shit online. They were like, no, what does that mean for Call of Duty, blah, 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 and all this. And the problem was that Xbox, the head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, went on social media and said, we're going to leave Call of Duty to be multi-platform. Like, it's not going to stay exclusive. Here's the problem. And this is what I was talking about, that we were going to get into, the exclusivity deal. There's a lot of games journalists, there's a lot of games media in general that think that that Call of Duty is going to stay multi-platform. Xbox is not going to screw over the fans with exclusivity. And you've seen multiple times in many gaming outlets, they're going to say, oh, exclusivity doesn't matter. Yes, it fucking does.
When Microsoft owned Crash for a while, they fucked him over.
Well, here's the thing. It was originally a PlayStation game. And then some odd reason it went to Xbox. I don't know how that fucking happened. I didn't much less care because, well, I'm not a big Crash Bandicoot fan.
Neither am I.
So, but here's the thing. If you honestly believe wholeheartedly that Phil Spencer said that Call of Duty is going to stay multi-platform, even though they own the company, let me ask you this. Do you think Sony will give even any money to pay for the licensing fees just to have that franchise on their platform? In all seriousness, think about it.
I think they would. I honestly think they would. They got a lot of money in the bank. They would do it. Because they're not Nintendo. See, years ago, Nintendo was almost going to get screwed over by Sony because Sony CD-ROMs were what the Super Nintendo Sony PlayStation. That's what they were going to call the Nintendo PlayStation. Whatever. It was something. It was like a hybrid of the two, where you could play Super Nintendo cartridges on the top and Sony-based video games on the bottom. Nintendo backed out and said, "Fuck that shit. We gotta pay you to use your media to have our characters on our system." They backed out, and then they just decided to lend their IPs to Philips CDI, and they fucked that up too. So I think Sony will pay the extra money because they don't want to make the mistake that their competitors way back in the day did.
Well, here's the thing. I think that Activision has a deal with PlayStation to have games on their platform even before this acquisition.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they have like 2 years. I heard there was like 2 years left on their deal.
Mm-hmm.
So in the next couple of years, we're still gonna get Call of Duty games, on the PlayStation systems on PS4 and PS5. But if and when that contract goes up, don't be surprised. Like, for real. Like, do not be surprised.
Hey, I mean,
surprised at all.
yeah,
They're gonna go exclusive. For real. I'm telling you this right now.
If they do, they do. If Sony decides to back out and make us wait later for the release of a game, maybe. But we'll see how it goes. That's
because,
all I can say.
When I try to explain to people, like, exclusivity matters, especially in video games, and they're like, "No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't." You're talking on your ass. Really? Okay, let me explain this to you. Okay, do you know the company Insomniac?
Yes and no.
Okay, they recently made the Spider-Man games.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, they made Spider-Man, Sly Cooper. They made Spyro, I think.
Oh wait, yes, Insomniac Games. Yes, how could I not know them?
Ratchet and Clank.
Yes.
Sly Cooper, the Thievius Raccoonus. In the Miles Morales Spider game, and now they're going to be working on Spider-Man 2, which is coming out in 2023, and the Wolverine game that they recently announced.
Okay, so not the Wolverine Origins game for the PS3.
No, that's Raven Software.
Oh, okay, which was actually a good game.
Yo, that game is fucking awesome. Oh my god!
Despite having the not talking Deadpool, it was good.
Let's not bring that up, please.
Sorry,
but like, so yeah, Insomniac for the longest time was an independent company, like, but the games that they created were successful mainly on PlayStation.
mm-hmm.
Like Spyro, Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank.
To put it simply, console exclusives move units.
Exactly.
That's true.
Thank you for that comment. I can't see it. So
that is Flash Leopard.
Yeah. And before Insomniac was bought by PlayStation, they made one game for Xbox, and that was Sunset Overdrive. Now, Sunset Overdrive was not a bad game. From the reviews I've seen, the gameplay footage is actually really fun. But the problem is that it didn't sell well. And so there was never a sequel for it whatsoever.
Yeah. That's why it took so long for this one game that I still want to play the sequel to. What was it? It was a PlayStation or an Xbox exclusive at first. Then it went multi-platform. It was called Psychonauts.
Ooh, dude. Psychonauts 2.
I didn't play that yet. Or the VR game. So I'm like, I'm going to skip the VR one.
Unfortunately, I think it's only going to be playable on Xbox.
That's all right.
Unless it's on PC as well, you probably have to get it through Game Pass.
That's all right. We'll see. I'll figure it out.
But yeah, like it's so yeah, Insomniac owns Sunset Overdrive. The problem is that Sunset Overdrive, Sunset Overdrive was an Xbox exclusive game.
Was the microwave oven dinner of Infamous? I'm sorry, I didn't say
Oh shit!
Wow.
Yo, I don't know who's writing that, but like they're roasting the
Flash
shit out of this. Damn. Oh my god. But here's if you really want to be more accurate, is more the soda pop version of Infamous, because like the whole premise of Sunset Overdrive was like there was this orange substance. I think it was like a soda thing that they were promoting in the game, and that when people were exposed to it, it turned them into gobbly like mutant creatures, and you were this one guy just going around this world trying to not only take down the creatures but like restore the city to what it once was. And so like you would use a crowbar to get around all over the place, and it was basically like Cole McGrath and Infamous. Like you used it to like when you played as Cole McGrath and Infamous, you could use your electricity to go on power lines and like skate through places and like jump and shoot and like it was basically Infamous, but without the mental electricity powers or whatnot. But
microwave oven dinner version.
and here's the thing, the game's not bad. It really isn't. The problem is that it didn't sell well, and because it didn't sell well, there was no sequel.
Mm-hmm.
So like let's say for example, Microsoft was like, you know what, we want a reboot, our fans want a reboot or a remake of Sunset Overdrive. So like let's say they want that because like for conversation's sake, there's a giant demand for the a Sunset Overdrive remake or something, or reboot or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But Sunset Overdrive is an Xbox game that was made by Insomniac. Well, guess what? Insomniac is owned by PlayStation. So if that's going to be the case, you're going to have to either sell Sunset Overdrive to an independent company for them to make it, or Microsoft is just going to have to shell out money to Sony to let them borrow the license for that. And if they got the money, hey, fucking go for it. But they have their own library of games. They're like, you know what? We're not going to really bother with that. We're just going to shelve it. Now, if for some weird reason, this is a big if, people. I'm not saying this is going to happen or not. I'm just speculating. If they decide for some weird reason that Sunset Overdrive was going to be brought to the PS4 or PS5, dude, do you realize how fucking crazy that's going to be? And I would wonder if, like, are they going to make what's it called? I honestly don't know. I don't know if they got the balls to do it, but if they did, it would be fucking awesome. But if they did, they would have to work out some kind of licensing deal. Has to. Or they couldn't touch it at all and just leave it in a vault somewhere.
Yeah, that would suck.
But yeah, like, honestly, when I tell people that exclusivity matters, people look at me and go, or at least in the gaming world, people think, oh, it's not really a big deal. Everything's gonna mostly go multi-platform because they want to sell the most units. It's not. It really isn't. Like, when you think of Insomniac, what do you think of? Who's the first company? Sleep. Well, besides that, what's the first company that you think of that they work with?
The Sony, yeah.
Exactly. A majority of the games are all PlayStation based. Like, sorry, like you're not. I can name at least 5 games off the top of my head with Insomniac that is good on PlayStation. Name 5 that they did for Microsoft. Exactly. Some companies are more synonymous with one than they are with the other. And many of them were independent companies before they were bought out.
That's true. That's true.
And not only that, they keep saying like, oh no, the new Elder Scrolls is going to be multi-platform. We're not going to keep it exclusive to our systems. They just announced Starfield is going to be an Xbox exclusive. That game is going to be fucking huge. And it's being made by the same people who are making Elder Scrolls.
Damn.
And you know what's the crazy part? They they announced an Elder Scrolls type game for the Xbox that is exclusive for Xbox. It's called Disavowed. You know? Like, is that game still coming out? Who knows? Who knows? I'll tell you this right now. Eventually, everyone's gonna have an Xbox. But if Microsoft keeps buying all these independent studios, because they're shelling out money left and right, you're gonna see a lot more Xboxes in the United States than a PlayStation. You know? What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I do agree with you. Exclusivity, exclusive. I can't even talk right now. That matters a lot. And yeah, I mean, I know I'm the Nintendo guy, but it's true. Even when the Wii U was not doing great, what moved the freaking console at all was Mario Kart. They put that shit right on the front of the box. Every holiday season, they cleaned out of all those units. Because Mario was on the front. Everybody wants Mario. At least, parents looking for their kids are like, there's our exclusive character that we're going to buy for Christmas for the kids. And then even for not for families, like myself, I seen that on Black Friday. I'm like, give it to me. I'm taking it.
Yeah, it's just like I've talked to my brother about this, and I was like, honestly, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get a PS5. I really don't. Like, I even talked to him like earlier today.
Give him cash for it. Say, you don't want it that badly. I'll take it off your hands.
I mean, like, he knows how much I love PlayStation. He knows how much I love video games in general.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is that I want to get the newest system at the newest current gen console as quickly as possible at an affordable price. And for the most part, they are. But availability is so fucking hard. Like, when he got his PS4, he had to get it through a friend that it used to be someone he worked with. And it's just it's getting harder and harder to, like, I honestly don't know. I really don't. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Xbox, but not as much as I love PlayStation, because they have the games I want to play.
That's true. Even though I'm like a Nintendo, I'm not a purist, but I do choose PlayStation over Xbox, because I see there's some things I want to play on there, and whatever I want to play on Xbox, I could play on PlayStation already too. So I'm like, there's no real reason, for me to invest money on on a whole system, especially if the only thing I care about is Fable and Halo, that I've never really got into, but I've always wanted to get into. I could play that right now on my computer if I want to.
I'm telling you this right now. Have you ever played the first Fable?
No.
Dude, okay. Let me explain this to you. When I had the first Xbox, the first game I had for it was Halo Combat Evolved. It was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
It was so fucking good. And remember, this was during a time where I never played with anyone. I was just like, Xbox Live wasn't even a thing. Like, unless you had System Link or you had like 4 controllers, which I didn't have, you couldn't play it with anyone. You had to have friends over or like connect with another console in order to do it. Xbox Live for those who are watching, online multiplayer wasn't a thing for consoles. Not for a long time, until like somewhere like the early 2000s.
Yeah,
like
it was the very early 2000s. That's when we finally got Like even I mean I remember online like you had to it was as early as PS2 and the original Xbox.
The the
Yeah,
look.
yeah. I
the,
mean,
it looks like half a piece of a cinder block.
I remember, I had a friend, who was very, a very wealthy family, very well off, very spoiled, and he had everything. He had the PS2 fat with the friggin' internet adapter. He said, "Oh, I could play online." I'm like, "Yeah, with like what 20,000 other people probably that are online here and there. This is like so exclusive at that time period." You know, nobody's
Yeah,
playing like that. Yeah, but
online
now,
multiplayer. What?
but now online multiplayer, it's like it. But that's one thing I was having a debacle with. I was like every game I wanted to play with my fiance the other night. It says it's one player, but then it says online multiplayer. So I'd have to have a whole other console. I mean, I get it. I was trying to play Dead Rising, not Dead Rising. Was it Dead Rising? Yes, with my fiance, but there's no split screen. I get it. It's a heavy game. It's a lot of characters on the screen, but they could have put a split screen mode or something in that.
Yeah, you know what's actually. That's funny that you brought that up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the first 360 console that I got the Red Ring of Death was while I was playing Dead Rising.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I better be careful.
I was playing that game on my 360 at the time, and I had just oh my god, dude, it was the most heartbreaking thing ever because this was the first time I had the Red Ring of Death.
Yeah.
I had just played, and I had a bunch of games stored on there. And it was like I was Fallout 3, Elder Scrolls, fucking The Outfit,
Never heard of that
which
one.
oh dude, it was the funniest army game I have ever played. Basically, it was like okay, do you remember the old school Final Fantasy games like 7, 8, and 9? Okay,
Yes.
you remember when like when you go out into the world, like the giant maps, like you see your character here, but like you see the vast maps of like all the areas that you can walk out, and
Yeah,
then you
yeah,
have
yeah.
like the random battles and whatnot. Think like that, but instead replace it with a small town, and instead of the main character, it was just an army guy who you walk around and you shoot. And if you killed enough people and got enough points, you could order in artillery strikes, bridges, more soldiers, tanks, and they all come down from the sky and they come down and follow you everywhere.
Oh, that's nice.
It's fucking hilarious. I love that game. I miss it so much. But like but to go back to the Xbox, uh the first time I played Fable, I looked at gameplay footage of it and I was like, this looks awesome. And like Peter Molyneux, who created he was the head of Lionhead Studios at the time, and who made the first Fable. And dude, if there was ever an RPG competitor, that was the game.
Hmm.
And I kid you not, the choices you make in that game would affect later on in the story of what would happen. Like that's how good it was. So like depending on your deeds is depending on which they had like what's it called? They had a light side and a dark side to their uh to your character. And depending on the actions of what you do will dictate whether or not people are nice to you or they will be completely repulsed by you. So like if you are very good and very wholesome and pure, and you fight the good fight, and you're a really nice guy. Like your character's eyes will glow like bright blue, and you'll have like a halo around you with butterflies flying around you. All right, this was an Xbox game. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And like you had strength, skill, and will. Strength was for melee, skill was for your bow, and will was for your magic abilities. All right. The fact that I remember all this even after all these years it shows you how much I love this game.
And you probably
And
played
so,
it for
like,
a good while too.
oh dude, it was so good. It was so fucking good. I can't work. And not only that, depending on where you aligned, whether you were good or bad, would dictate what kind of missions you would get. Like one of the first missions, like after you, in the world of Albion, like there's this special school that you go to learn to fight, to use magic, to use your bow, and basically you become like a full blown warrior. But depending on which skill set you use, is how many points you could um build in that pool. So like if you want to become like an awesome archer, all you have to do is just keep using your bow. No matter what, just keep using your bow and you'll get skill points, which were like yellow pool. If you wanted to be good at melee, just keep hitting with swords. And like you'll get red orbs, and those red orbs will go into a red pool for your strength. So you could upgrade your strength and learn new attacks and build up your sword hits and do more damage. And for the will part, which was probably the most diverse of attack sets, they had all kinds of types of stuff. So like for me, my character, I wanted him to go full wizard, just full fucking wizard. And so if you killed an enemy with a ton of magic, you would get blue orbs, and those blue orbs you get for will points, and
Right.
the different sets of magic that you can get for that character is fucking hilarious. Because the first one you learn is lightning. Second one you can learn is like fireball. Third one you can learn is assassin strike. Now, assassin strike is by far one of the funniest things you'll ever see. And the best part about it is that all of them can be interchanged with the D-pad. So like 1 minute you'll toggle you'll lock onto an enemy, and then if you hit a certain button, like you would have up to 3 magic attacks, and the bottom button will switch between the D-pad will switch between which next set of magic moves you could have. And so like they all changed, and you could customize all of them. So like one could slow down time. The assassin strike was basically like I could zip towards you and then teleport right behind you and strike you with my melee sword. Or like if I wanted to summon a fireball, I could summon it, but the more I hold it, the more bigger it gets, and the more bigger it gets, and the more bigger it gets, to the point where like I'll have the fireball up in my hand and it shoots up high, and then I can just, when it hits, it does splash damage. Okay. Or if I use lightning, I could strike you with lightning, but if I upgrade that farther, it could chain to other people, and it'll just shock them multiple times and keep them immobile and like basically draining their health little by little till they die. You know, like it was just awesome. It was so awesome. And the armor sets, and like even you can put tattoos on your character, and they could also, and depending on what kind of tattoos you get, they also affect your alignment with your morality meter. So like if you are like evil and you decide to get like a demon tattoo or a demon tribal tattoo sometime, it will add more to the evil meter of you. And so like if you go evil, like your eyes will become like dark red. You'll get horns growing out of your forehead. You'll see bugs like flies flying around you. And like in the sequel, Fable 2, which I do love, if you went evil, and like in that game you get a dog.
Yeah, you could tell the dog to pee on things, right?
Oh yeah. Not only that, like he could dig treasure for you. He could find treasure for you. If you have a shovel, you can go and dig it up, and like you could find things with it. And in that game, if you become evil, your dog transforms into an evil version of himself.
I remember my brother used to play Fable too, and he used to show me. I found it hilarious. He's like, "Oh, here, go pee on him," and he'd send the dog, "Arr, arr," and then it would just be hilarious.
Like, even in Fable 2, like when Peter Molyneux showed like, oh, you could have a dog as a companion, I'm like, this is awesome. And then he showed off like you could fart in front of your dog and your dog will react to it. I kid you not. Like he farted that in front of the dog 3 times, and he showed it in front of a bunch of game journalist reporters. And like every time it was like the first time, the dog went like this, put his paw over its nose. Second time, the dog put his nose to the ground. Third time, dog passed out. You know? But like he was showing like how like the dog reacts depending on what you do, and people love that.
Yeah.
Not only that, like your dog was your loyal companion, and spoilers for those that don't know, your dog eventually dies.
Oh.
Okay? Your dog eventually dies and is by far one of your most helpful companions ever. It will help you in fights as well. You know?
Hopefully not too close to the end of the game, but enough that you've leveled up so much that you could take everything down.
No, eventually the dog dies.
Oh.
Like almost to the end of the game.
Oh,
and at the end of the game, you're given one of 4 choices.
What's that?
Okay? Now, depending on what you've done in the game, you could now even in the first one, you can get married and have kids and whatnot. All right, so the game does that for you. In Fable 2, you have a dog. You can get married, have kids. But the thing is that you got to come back every once in a while to like get them stuff and feed them and bring stuff. You know, you have to, just because you're out in the world of Albion doesn't mean that, you know, they can fend for themselves. Right. You know, you have to help them. Now, eventually in the game, in Fable 2, your family will get killed. And your house will be destroyed, like shit like that happens. And depending on what the ending of the outcome is, you'll get one of 4 choices. You'll either get a fuck ton of money, you could revive your dog back, you could revive your family back, or you get some type of exclusive type of armor of some sort or weapon that is like super powerful and gives you a massive boost of some sort. It's like one of 4 choices.
Yeah, I'd revive the dog too.
And that's what I did. I revived the dog because the problem is that with the dog, he could help find certain treasures that are buried deep. And many of these treasures are like certain items that you need to collect for like missions and whatnot, you know?
And I'm guessing the dog's the only one that can dig them up. There's no digging tool that you can use?
No, you could dig. The thing is, you have to buy a shovel. The dog, it helps find it for you.
And dig it.
No. He doesn't dig it for you. He sniffs it out for you.
Oh,
you have to dig it.
I see,
you know?
I see.
You know, and it's just like, and then they tried to make Fable 3, and from what I heard, it wasn't great. I don't know if
I'm guessing that's why I haven't seen Fable 4, 5, 6, 7 after that.
Fable 4 was going to be a 4-player. Was supposed to be a 4-player game where you're going throughout Albion, chasing down monsters and like trying to stop some type of thing from happening. I don't know what it was, but people hated it. They didn't want it. They complained about it because no one wants that. They want a single-player game where your choices
alter the story.
Not alter the story, but affects the world. Like if you start doing good deeds and you start doing missions that give you good morality, they're going to be nice to you. They're going to shower you with gifts. They're going to give you money. They're going to be, you will be treated like a king. However, if you went to the bad side, people stay away from you. Parts of the world will be looking destitute. Like in Fable 2, if like you start off as a child, and the place you live is in a major city, but the problem is that you're an orphan,
Right.
and depending on what you do as an orphan, if you do good things as an orphan, that area that where you used to live will be cleaner. People will be brought up better. Like it'll look nice.
Right.
However, if you're a kid and you start to do evil, horrendous shit there, when you come back as an adult in that same area, that place looks like the fucking projects. Like it looks destitute, dirty. Things are broken down. People have no clothes or food. You know, shit like that.
The projects aren't that bad.
Dude, they look like the 10 cities, but like imagine like pieces of wood. Like they look all disheveled. You see rats flying, roaming everywhere. Like fucking hell, man.
Damn.
But yeah, going back to our topic, it's exclusives matter.
They do.
They not only move units, but they dictate how well things sell. I mean,
That's
for
true.
me, like if I'm gonna get an Xbox, I'm probably only gonna get it for like maybe 4 games.
Yeah,
Maybe
so it's not worth investing for another Blu-ray player now because now they have Blu-ray and for games.
Yeah, for me, it's like they announced Fable, which is great, but the thing is, though, I haven't seen any gameplay for it,
Yeah.
so I have no idea what the hell it's gonna be. If it's not a single player game where I can go out in the world and just do stuff and my actions dictate like how people are going to treat me as well as how it's going to affect the world, I'm not interested.
Yeah. I mean, if you
You
make
know?
it a multiplayer experience, who you decide to play with should also affect like whoever's like if my friend goes and fucks things up, that should also make some, alterations to how the world around me would view me because like you're allied with them.
Well, even in Fable 2, you could summon someone to come with you in the game to play with you.
Oh, that's
They
nice.
Fable 2 had multiplayer.
Didn't
know?
know that.
Yeah. Like I didn't know about it until I found out. I was like, "Wait a minute, what? You mean to tell me I could invite another person to help me in these fights? Are you serious?"
I guess so.
The only problem that Fable 2 that I had was that when it came to their magic, it kind of pissed me off because the whole point of the magic system was that each magic had its own ups and downs. But what they did was they tried to break down the magic into 2 separate types. So like for example, fireballs. Fireballs in the first one was like basically I take my hand out, I summon a fire orb in my hand, and once it's charged up, and it will let you know when it's charged up, you could shoot a fireball. Boom, like that. In Fable 2, when you summon fireballs, you don't toss it at them. Instead, you take the fire and then you push it down to the ground, and a wave of fire rings around you.
So it's not a fireball.
Exactly. But however, the only way you can create a fireball is if you took the right stick and then pointed it to an enemy, then you shoot it as a fireball.
Okay.
You know?
That's interesting.
Or if you hold it long enough, you could upgrade it from level 1 to a level 2, and then it could do 2 waves of fireballs outward, or level 2 fireball at an enemy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's dictated by the right stick. So like if I summon a fire, if I hit that button, boom, it'll light the ground around me. Or if I aim the stick at an enemy, it'll shoot the fire at them. But like, and that one kind of pissed me off because like this isn't like the first game, unfortunately. You know? But yeah, like if I was gonna get an Xbox, I'd probably get like Fable, Gears of War, Halo, and like maybe Forza Horizon. It's like I'm not a big racer, but like that game looks good. It looks really good.
Yeah.
But like that's it. Like there's nothing else that's really propelling me to getting it.
That's
Except
true.
for like Disavowed. But like even then they showed like small amount of gameplay footage for it. And I'm like, even then they still don't know what the fuck is going on in that game.
That's true.
You know? Meanwhile, fucking PS5 has Ratchet and Clank. It's gonna have Wolverine. It's gonna have Spider-Man. It's gonna have Final Fantasy 16. It's gonna have fucking oh my god, like Horizon Forbidden West. It's gonna have fucking Gran Turismo 6. Do you see it's hard for me to explain to people like exclusives matter.
It does.
And
So
them
it
buying
does.
them is going to make all the difference in the world. You
It
know?
is.
But yeah, that's what my thoughts are.
Alrighty. Well, I mean, I wanted to, continue and go on to our final topic that we have for tonight.
Okay.
Which was going to be Pokemon Arceus. But I believe, we are running short on time. And I know once we get into this topic, we probably will be going on for quite a bit about it. I know with me being a big Pokemon fan, that is.
Yeah. The Arceus, Pokemon Arceus is something that I haven't been into Pokemon in a long time.
Likewise. So for me, it was the 3DS. That was like my last Pokemon game that I enjoyed. And Shield, I purchased it, and I've kind of like stayed just like Kirby. It was in a standstill, and I haven't touched it since then.
Yeah, for me it was the Let's Go Pikachu that I had.
That's another one that's also in limbo as well. Both games I have on the Switch. The one reason why Let's Go Pikachu's been in standstill is because I can't use it I can't play it on the TV without the Pokeball. Or the Joy-Cons like this. I can't use the Pro controller. But now that I have my GameCube controller in handheld, I'll probably play it in handheld and enjoy it like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do that to myself.
Yeah. And I don't want to get carpal tunnel playing with the fucking Pokeball.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to do that.
I have the Pokeball accessory, and I'm like, oh god.
Is that the one that comes with Mew?
It comes with Mew, yes.
Oh, okay. I was about to say. Like I vaguely remembered that for some odd reason.
The only reason why I purchased it was Black Friday deal, $20, which seemed fair.
That's actually a really good deal.
Yeah, because it's like
considering the kind of
$60.
Pokemon it comes with. Shit.
Yeah, and then what else? Forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, no, I just bought it because this is the only way I can play this on the TV without just playing with like one Joy-Con like an idiot. At least I have like a Pokeball that has all the functions I need: pause, move, and select. Press A to interact with things, which worked, but it was very tight playing with a ball. I felt like
I would assume it would be fucking weird.
It is weird. I mean, and I played with Wiimotes, and that was weird at the time, but it somehow felt normal. But the Pokeball was a very strange accessory. But on that note,
but then again, Nintendo always. Then again, sorry to cut you off, but like
that's okay.
Nintendo always does weird shit. So
I think Shigeru Miyamoto put it. What is it? The best way. He's like, Sony is a Tokyo company, and I forget the town that Nintendo is from, but they say, but people in our town, we don't follow the trends, we make the trends.
That's a good thing. That's actually a really good thing to do, but the problem is that if the trend you're making doesn't,
yeah, then I mean, they sold millions from the Wii because it appealed to everybody, whether you are a hardcore gamer or grandma.
So, do you want to talk about Arceus now, or because like I only have a quick topic for it. Like it's not I'm not gonna talk about the whole thing. There's just mostly just lore based questions. Or do you want to hold off on it?
Yeah, I think let's hold off on it because like I have so much to talk about Pokemon that it'll branch into even the Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Yeah, speaking of which, I've never played Diamond and Pearl, so like I
Those
wanted to
are
ask.
those are pretty good games. They're all right.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you like I I wanted to go and get them, but I was like, Arceus looks like it's a step away from the original formula because like I'm always used to like the one-on-one side battles and like is it more like is Diamond and Pearl more like let's go Pikachu and Eevee
The
or
new one or the old one? Because there's
no
original
like
Diamond and Pearl, and then there's Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
is it like its former counterpart?
Uh, from what I've seen, I haven't played it yet, but from what I've seen, the new Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl is essentially like a remake similar to Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were. They're like in the same dimension, the same game, but playing in an alternate universe. It's weird. It's like there's like a whole bunch of Pokemon lore, which is why, like I said, I have to dedicate time for that, which I don't have at the moment.
Yeah, I've completely cut myself off from Pokemon because like there's just way too many to
I mean,
keep up with.
this is how I've always stayed in the Pokemon game. I've stuck to a team that I've liked, and I've stuck mainly to the first two generations.
Same here.
The only new Pokemon that, and then no, I'm talking about like when I play the new games, I'd have like, I'd say, fuck the starter. I don't like you. Give me Squirtle or Totodile. I'll pick between Kanto or Johto and take my team from there and work like that. I'm sorry. I mean, don't get me wrong. They do a nice job designing new starters for new generations, but it's not for me. I'll stick to what I know.
Yeah, tell me about it. It just seems like they're trying to keep it going and creating new stuff, but it's not really appealing to anyone yet.
Yeah.
That I think that is I don't know, maybe I'm out of touch, but like
I know it's all right. A lot of people are. Some people were out of touch when Sword and Shield came back, and then when they got that bootleg half-assed game, that really left a bad taste in their mouth. Trust me, if you've seen the reviews in the past about Sword and Shield, I would expect no better from like Arceus. But I see that
Arceus looks like it's gonna be a I'm sorry, but like Arceus looks like it's gonna be a big departure from it.
It
like,
does.
Open world, hiding in the grass, tossing a Pokeball to catch people.
I think that's what we wanted since the Nintendo 64. I think since
at least that's what I think.
All right. But anywho, we're gonna be going signing off pretty soon.
All right. Anything you want to bring up before we go?
At the moment, we will, try to, come back, perhaps maybe next weekend.
Okay.
But right now, with both our schedules, everything's up in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, it's been a pleasure doing this again. I've missed this.
Yeah, same here, man.
All right. Well,
all right.
Take care,
you guys.
everybody.